So, hi everyone. So, on the occasion of Radio Day, we had the esteemed prestige of inviting one of radio jockeys on our platform. Hi, thank you so much for joining us, Kashish. I hope you're doing
Hi,
well.
I am good.
And
I'm good. Hello, hello, hello.
would like to express a gratitude for coming and inviting and accepting an invite. Thank you so much about that. So on the occasion of Radio Day, I love to invite Day Three to ask some questions to you so that our viewers can get to know you better and maybe we can also get more questions for you for the next session. Is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah,
That's
I
completely
would
fine.
love it if you could introduce yourself first and then we can begin.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Kashish. I'm a radio jockey. I'm a voiceover artist. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a content creator, and I do all these things. But personally, I'm a good person. So yeah, yeah.
No
Great to
doubts
be
about
here
that.
with all of you. Thank you. Thank you. So
Okay,
great to be.
Day Three. Yeah, Day Three, let's
Yeah.
begin with the interview.
Okay. So, was taking up radio as a profession always there in your mind?
No, no, not at all. It just
So,
happened.
was there any particular incident which led you to decide that, okay, this is something that I like to do? Or, you know,
What
just
led you to
That's
become an
something
anchor
that,
then?
yeah.
That's very interesting. Actually, when I was in my 12th, so I had commerce with me, and ये of course हम अपनी family से सुनते हैं, you will either going for CA or you're doing MBA and all of that thing. So मेरे दिमाग में भी यही था. Of course, I was an average student. Like I used to get good marks, but ऐसा कुछ पढ़ाई का कीड़ा नहीं था मेरे अंदर. So while doing my 12th, this was clear that I'm not going for CA because उसमें बहुत ज्यादा पढ़ना पड़ेगा. ठीक है? So I decided to go for BB and MBA or something like that. But as soon as I completed my 12th, that's when I realized, am I the kind of person who can just sit in front of a computer and start typing and just doing a 9 to 5 shift? But then my dad asked me, what do you want to do? And I was blank for a while. That's the time when I asked my father that get me that dongle. उस time पे dongle आता था internet. उससे use करते थे SIM card डाल के. So I got that dongle and I looked up for off-site courses or something like मैं अजीब अजीब keywords डालता था ऐसे courses जिसमें कम पढ़ना पड़े and all. So I came across this thing called RJ and I got really intrigued about it. So I went for mass communication. That's how it all started.
That's great. Now, you mentioned that it is an offset course. So it's basically unconventional in India, it's not very much there yet. So, did you face any trouble or, lack of support from your friends or your family?
Yeah, so we live in India and we have this tradition of saying चार लोग क्या कहेंगे कि आप क्या कर रहे हो. And of course ये था, but luckily my parents supported me. I didn't have any idea how to get to it, but my mother supported me really well. My brother supported me really well. They were like, जो करना है करो बेटा. But my father said this one thing to me, which was very inspiring. He said, बेटा जो भी करना है एक बार सोच लो. अगर नहीं करे तो ऐसा ना हो कि कुछ टाइम के बाद पीछे मुड़ के कह रहे हो कि नहीं हुआ. मतलब जो अभी डिसाइड करोगे, you have to go to it. So that's how I got the courage. बाकी 4 लोग भी थे, friends भी थे who used to say कि ये कौन सा offbeat course कर रहा है, इसमें कोई future नहीं है. Relatives of course. So yes, it was difficult, but family support was the one key thing that helped me.
That's great. So, I love music, okay? And for me, radio has always been music. So has your love for music or your love for sharing music with people something that took you towards radio as a profession?
Now I'll tell you, I was the guy जो वो होता है ना आपके ग्रुप में who has this great playlist every time. And I used to tell
Controls of the
people,
DJ, controls of the car speaker, right?
yes, exactly, exactly. So I was that person, and I used to tell people, यार ये वाला music सुनो. This is the new thing. This is a new genre everyone is talking about. You should listen to this music. In fact, while studying, मुझे music सुनने का शौक था. Like it was the point of focus for me. Music के बिना I could not study also. So music has played a very vital role. in my entire life. So of course, when I was like intrigued by the course of mass communication and the field of radio jockey. So मेरे mind में सबसे पहले यही था कि a thing where you will speak and you will be surrounded by music all the time. So that was the best part of it. Of course, music has played the most important role.
Dream world experience. Dream world experience.
Of course, basically, जैसे ही I host my show and there are some radio jockeys जो बोलते हैं and उसके बाद जब गाना चलता है वो म्यूट कर देते हैं. So गाना सिर्फ listeners को सुनाई दे रहा है. But for me, I never mute the radio when I'm off air also. I'm listening the music, I'm catching the vibe, and so I am reflecting that vibe to the listener. So yes.
That is a love for job work I would like to have in my life. Oh, let's move on to next questions.
But no, I mean, I relate to whatever you said because I think my love for music is very much similar. Now, again, I also want to ask you if COVID has affected, your life professionally. And obviously, everyone rants about how bad COVID was. But was there any one thing, good thing that came out of COVID for you, either personally or professionally?
यार ये आपने you have just touched the nerve. So COVID was like when the first wave arrived. So for a radio jockey, the best thing is going to the studio. वो headphones लगाना, वो mic पे आगे आना, फिर वो faders को consoles and faders के साथ खेलना, basically हम बोलते हैं उसको. So that is the best part. That is the beauty of a radio jockey. But when COVID arrived, we were asked to not go to the studio, of course, because COVID was there. So we had to host shows from homes. And sometimes when we are in a mood to host a show, हम स्टूडियो जाके एनर्जी आ जाती है एंड अब स्टूडियो नहीं जा रहे हैं तो अब वो एनर्जी कहाँ से लेकर आए बट द ब्यूटी ऑफ इट वाज हम वो 4 घंटे मेहनत करके जितनी भी एनर्जी लेकर आते थे दैट यूज्ड टू हेल्प अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल फॉर पीपल हु आर होम नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग दे हैविंग वेरी बैड डेज उनके करने को पॉजिटिविटी की बहुत कमी है सो वी वर लाइक acting as saviors for them. That was bad for us in the beginning, but lately we realized कि ये बहुत अच्छा जा रहा है and people are getting some positive vibes because of us. So yeah, it turned out to be good eventually.
Eventually. Fair.
Eventually.
Also, you mentioned that the the best thing about being an RJ is actually going to the office. Now, I think the way the whole world is becoming digital and everything is on the internet, how do you see this profession going hand in hand with social media or digital? I mean, everything digital. How do you see that 5 years down the line, say?
5 years down the line is still a long time. I think if we count today also, then radio is on social media now. The entire radio is on social media. There was a time when people didn't know कि उनके आगे से कोई RJ जा रहा है, and this is the person you were listening in the morning. You had no idea who is that person behind the mic. But now we know all the faces. We know the big names. We know the radio jockey we are listening to. We listen to him on radio and we go to his social media and start, stalking him or her.
True.
So that is, it was negative in the first place. I believe this is my point of view. It was negative in the first place because the beauty of radio was gone. But now it has more positive impact. Now we are creating content on radio and on digital as well. So it becomes a very vital role for every radio jockey to be present on social media, and it's good. It's digital world, so it's good.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, you said that it is you'll see all the RJs on social media. So I want to know, how is your relationship with social media? Like, do you put a part of your life on social media, or like a major chunk of your life on social media, or just the professional updates that people usually keep on social media?
Yeah. So my relationship with social media was very bad in the beginning, and I am not an extrovert person. I don't know how I became a radio jockey in the first place. See, I'm an introvert person, and but still I was very interested to know about the field of radio. I was a person, अगर आप उसको क्लास के आगे खड़ा करोगे, 10 बच्चे हैं, then that person will not speak. मैं ऐसा था. But then eventually, when I got interested in the field, so I asked this question to my professor in mass communication. I asked the professor if an introvert can ever be a radio jockey. Then she said that it's nothing about an introvert or an extrovert that is related to a profession. You can become a radio jockey. It's eventually how you project that energy to the listeners. And ये same मेरे साथ social media. I was not interested in social media. 2019 was the year when I started putting up content on social media. Eventually, I realized that this is the digital India and we have to move in that direction. But now I am a social media person. I put regular content. I create my own characters, funny characters, and I put them regularly. And most importantly, I put all the professional updates, but I do not put much of personal updates on social media. I'm still out of it.
That's very good. Um, so when it comes to social media, everyone has the control over the exposure, that they want to get, or the recognition they want to get. So do you subconsciously make an effort to, increase your reach outside of your RJ profession? Do you make sure that you're also getting into content creation simultaneously?
Yes, I do believe, and it has proven to be very effective as well. Like ऐसा नहीं है that I believe कि like daily इस time पे I have to put up a video or something. But whenever I go anywhere, whenever I watch anything, whenever I read anything, uh, sometimes ideas just keep like start flowing. That's how it works. जैसी कोई idea आया, you just put your phone out, make a video over it, upload it, and forget about it. I'm a person who forget about it after putting a content. I'm not that कि हर 10 minutes में I'm checking the comments, हर 10 minutes में I'm checking कितने likes आ गए. So इतना ज़्यादा नहीं, but yes, I do try to keep it like regular, not fixed time पे, but I have to put a content when it's in my mind. Otherwise, I feel very irritated or something. मैं क्यों नहीं डाल रहा हूँ इसको? I feel like that. So yes, I do.
So, I mean, I really liked that don't depend on the numbers for,
Yeah, of
because
course.
once you start depending on the numbers for validation, it does not end well usually, right?
Hmm.
One more
Correct.
thing that I noticed on your social media was this page called Just Baat.
Hmm.
And I'm really intrigued by the content that you've put up there. And I would really
Yeah.
like to know more about the same.
So there are basically two audio platforms I've recently joined, and there are great. So audio platforms का benefit क्या है? Basically, I'm telling you this because I feel very connected to these platforms. So why? When you go through Insta Reels or Facebook Reels or maybe YouTube or something, आप हर कोई वहां पे जाके interact नहीं कर सकता because you have to switch on your camera, you have to come in front of the camera, and you have to make content. What is special about Just Bath and the other app called Kuhu? It is also an audio platform. So I'm hosting shows on both the platforms, and इसमें interesting क्या है कि the people who are much conscious about their looks and maybe feel nervous about being in front of the camera, they can show their seat because they are audio platforms. You do not have to be conscious of anything. You can just speak your heart out. You can be part of big conversations जो कि आप पहले नहीं कर पा रहे थे because सब कुछ visual था. But now it's audio, and I think podcasts and audios are becoming a very important part now.
Very
So
true.
they are good. Yeah.
Great. So, I mean, I do know. Even Clubhouse did, come in between, but then
Yes.
people did not really use it as much as they should have. But definitely, I
Mm.
see it wasn't a culture here, but it definitely was a culture abroad to have that inclination towards podcasts and listen to podcasts every day. But what I really found interesting about your page, that is Just Bath, was that you talked a lot about mental health also.
Yes, I
I
agree.
read a few. I read a few posts where you talked about mental health. So, is there any particular reason that you actually believe in that cause?
Yeah, I do believe in that cause, of course, and सबसे ज़्यादा because of the, like, coming back to that point of Corona. As soon as COVID arrived in India, we started getting lockdowns in India everywhere. People were home, people were away from their families. In fact, the people who were with their families were very conscious about things. They were getting very negative thoughts, and we have heard a lot of news about people trying to do wrong things to themselves because they are getting negative. And मैं खुद, I was like living away from my family. I was just every day I was hosting my show of 4 hours. I was with a big brand, radio brand, and I was hosting shows there. But I was very far away from my home. And as soon as I got chance, I came back home and I took a break from everything because my mental health was actually affected. And that's when I realized that how much positive vibes are needed in the country. Really, I mean, we do sit idly and immediately we get a negative thought. So we have to talk about it, we have to normalize it. I try to do this through my shows. Jitna I can do it, I do try to do it. And I have also studied psychology in my graduation time. So I try to talk about it as much as I can, and I will continue this because it is needed.
That is very true. It actually is needed, and it is good to know that you're actually doing your part, and you're aware of it, and you're giving back to the society in some way or the other. Now, I think that's all from my side, but I would want you to give one personal tip to the listeners, plus something that will help the budding RJs.
So there is nothing. सबसे पहले तो if you are, like, people do not go for these non-conventional things or conventional things because they are afraid of it. रेडियो को बहुत ही ऐसा होना चाहता है that इसमें हर कोई नहीं जा सकता. People do sometimes text me and ask कि, listen, hi Kashish, I just wanted to know that if we want to go to radio, do we have to know certain people through which we can go? I tell you from my experience, I had no idea how to go to the media field. I had no idea about radio. I had no person in my like point of contact जिसके पास मैं जाके बोलूं that I want to go to radio. But then if you start working towards it, you have to be very conscious about how to go to it. You have to keep your research skills good. Even if you have any idea, you can work through it. कोई चीज नहीं है जो आप नहीं कर सकते. मैं कह रहा हूँ introvert से introvert इंसान who is just sitting home and have not talk to much people in their lives can go to radio. There is nothing that can stop you if you have decided it, and be it any other field as well. Yeah, you do not ever think कि हम नहीं कर सकते. आप डेफिनेटली कर सकते हो. जितना भी बुरा काम हो, एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम आएगा, एक इंसिडेंट होगा, एंड देन इमीडिएटली आपके माइंड में वो स्पार्क जगेगा दैट आई विल डू इट. वो स्पार्क को अगर जाने दिया तो वो टाइम चला गया. So do not just let that spark go, and you'll do it.
Okay, that was great. I think this will also go down in my journal tonight, that you should always make conscious efforts towards things. So
Of
I
course.
had a great fun talking to you. I loved
Same
the
here.
conversation. It was very
Anything else
fruitful.
you would like to add, Kashish? Please do so if you
Yeah.
want to add something for our viewers, for our audience. I hope we have
For
tried to
our,
cover everything. Yeah.
yes, yes, please continue.
No, no, no. Please, if you want to add something, add more, talk to our audience more, please do. We would love to provide you this platform so that people can learn more. And I think personal journeys are the best, best lessons we can give to people. And your
Very true.
journey of an introvert and then as a radio artist and other creations also will definitely inspire a lot of us. So, if anything else you want to add, please let us know.
Yes, this is a very, like, I'll tell you one small, very small personal incident which actually helped me a lot, and I did not cover it before. But as you said, that journeys are the best part we can learn from. So this was a time when board exams के result आने वाले होते हैं ना जब. and every time we, like, all of us students are like collectively discussing about who is going to what to do what in the future. And someone is going to be an engineer, someone is going to be a doctor, someone is going to be a CA, and results aane wale the. I was surfing whole day about what to do. I got towards mass communication. I decided I want to become a radio jockey, and some of my friends start talking about. So one of my friends told me that there was uh, another friend who was just discussing about it. Yeah, Kashish is going to do, like, he wants to become a radio jockey. And then I came to know that the friend said, has he ever heard voice? Will he ever be able to become a radio jockey? He should not do that. And I tell you, that one sentence, this was 7 8 years back, that one sentence has motivated me to each and every negative path I've been. Whenever this was in my mind na कि अब नहीं हो रहा है, अब I should give up or something, but then I said यार फिर तो I'm proving that person right. So I worked on my voice, I worked on my content, and I tell you, if you take any kind of criticism in a positive manner, because all those like चार लोग वो definitely बोलेंगे, but you take it in a positive manner, then you'll achieve it. वो point जब आने वाला हो दिमाग में कि quit कर लो, then remember what those criticisms were, and you'll move forward. That was a like most motivating thing for me.
Thank you so much for sharing that incident. I would have felt bad अगर मतलब बिना जाने भी कि वो incident shoot कैसे गया, because I think that is very common for a lot of us who stop
Of course.
ourselves, from doing something because someone said something, right?
And it was a
So
very
on
small
that,
sentence, and it helped me
yeah,
a lot.
yeah, I get it. I get it. I think a lot of people will relate to that, on that thoughtful note that चार लोग तो चार बातें करेंगे, पर वो चार बातें आपको motivate करें, so
Definitely.
that will be something we like to do. Okay. Thank you so much for your time, Kashish. We are,
Thank you.
we are so grateful that we had this time with you, and we're personally inspired. I think Detri will agree with me.
Yeah,
And I hope
definitely.
that, I hope that our viewer also gained something out of this conversation we have had with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Lovely talking to you guys.